I'm not really an expert in the field, but I think I could bring a lot to the table in terms of my own experiences over the years and things. So that's really what I have to give to the team is living with a disability and sharing my experiences and barriers and challenges that I faced over the years. And this is what I can bring to IDS Children's team.
I would be very concerned about giving somebody a diagnosis and sharing a diagnosis with somebody with an intellectual disability and then leaving them. You know, really the biggest issue is what supports can we give people after they have been receive a diagnosis. And we know that and we have learned over the past number of months in the memory clinic that that is the biggest thing that people are looking for assistance with. How do we now support and care for somebody who has a memory problem? And people themselves who have been received a diagnosis are looking for what should they and what can they do. So this project is really exciting because we know that there is supports developed for the general population around post-diagnostic care, but they are not really accessible very often to people with an intellectual disability. So really what we want to do with this project, and Mei Lin and we're very excited to be working with the Alzheimer's Society to help us with this, is to really look at, well, what's developed for the general population, and then to map the difference for people with disability, and to look at where the difficulties is in terms of people with an intellectual disability being able to access services which is already there. We want to really look at where the gap is between the best practice guidelines that you've developed around post-diagnostic support for people with disability, and then to develop in conjunction with people with disability themselves, their family and staff carers, as well as professionals, what would best practice guidelines look like and should be for people with a disability. So that's really exciting, so that we can develop a kind of, well, this should be the gold standard in terms of post-diagnostic care. So we will be interviewing a range of people, but most importantly, people themselves who are living with dementia and their carers who are supporting them. So this is a first, and we're very excited about that.
I think it is really important that, you know, to have adults with Down syndrome themselves being included in the conversation, and, you know, the adults that we work with are really eager to be part of that and to be part of the solution and to be involved in the process of research and of finding answers and finding solutions to some of these issues. So I think that's kind of really where my part has been, just in terms of trying to be kind of a middleman really between the college Trinity and our members, and making sure that the information gets out and that people have access and that they know where they can get involved and how they can get involved. And, you know, Professor McCarron and Dr. McGlinchey and the rest of the team have been really great at engaging with our members and making sure that it is very much that they are talking always to the person with Down syndrome as well as to their families and stuff, but that it's very much the person with Down syndrome themselves that is at the heart of it.
ASI's vision is very much to support every person along the journey of dementia. And everyone's experience is so different. This project is such, it really has such a critical focus, and it addresses such an important gap, and a gap in our understanding and our knowledge of the experience of dementia for people with ID. The other thing too, I suppose, we're very excited about this project because it's very much driven by the voices of people with intellectual disability and their carers. And, you know, what really stands out here is that their experiences of dementia are really brought into this. And I think that's so important. We're also very excited about the PPI piece of this project. You know, it's very strong, it's very well developed, and it's meaningful, and it's brought through from the very outset of the project right till the end, and that's quite exciting for us. I suppose the 50-50 aspect of this, you know, it makes it so much more feasible. ASI is a charity, and there are so many well-deserving projects that we would just love to fund, but we're limited. And so, but this really is excellent value for money for us. You know, the fact that, you know, it's 50% coming from the HRB and 50% from ASI, it's so much more feasible, and we're really excited about it.
I think I just want to mention about, especially if someone is living with dementia, I feel that supports are crucial to the person who has a dementia, as well as either their parent or carer or key worker. I feel that it's very important to keep them involved in conversations, because I feel like, especially myself, when I grow older, as I age, I would love to be involved in conversations in regard to any treatments, or if I ever get dementia, I like to know that there's people out there who would talk to the individual who is getting dementia, as well as either a parent or a partner or people like that, that it's crucial to anyone to have those supports in place.
This, I think, will be a real game changer, and just having the funding and being able to employ somebody on the project with an intellectual disability who's going to assist us is just really exciting. And I think PPI for me is at the core of everything I've ever done, and just so firmly believing that we need to really ask the people with the expertise, the people that understand, and as Mei Lin said, that's the people who have perhaps the condition or who may be at risk of it. So I'm really grateful and very excited.